Hi everyone, thank you for joining me again. Today we've got an upper body floor focusing on core, obliques and shoulders. We'll be using one hand weight throughout. I'd suggest anything between a 1 to 3 kg. If you don't have weights, that is okay. You can do the whole floor with a body weight as well. When you're ready, join me lying on your back. Make sure the weight is nearby. You're going to bring your knees in towards the chest straight away, just starting with a little bit of mobility work. Each hand has each knee. And then just start to take some circles outwards. So we're just warming into the hip joint, pressing the spine into the mat, releasing out any tension you may be carrying, and just check in with the body, see how it's feeling today. Start to reverse your circles the other way around, noticing your breath. Good, last 3 here. Maybe this one feels a little bit tighter, maybe looser. Last one. Bring your feet onto the edges of the mat. Allow your arms to cactus out wide. And then just start to drop your knees over to the right. Finding that twist through the spine. Lift the knees through center. Allow them to fall over to the left. Beautiful. Just finding those windscreen wipes. Maybe you take the gaze to the opposite side to deepen that stretch through the spine. And really allow your opposite knee to drop down to your mat. So finding that press away towards the earth. Last 4 here. The last 3. For 2. And last 1. Beautiful. We are going to get started straight away. So grab your hand weight when you're ready. Bring it into your right hand and allow your left hand to find the back of your head. Extend your right arm to the sky. Draw the legs to tabletop. Knees on top of the hips, shins parallel to the sky. With your spine, can we imprint it? So tuck the tailbone under, press the whole spine down to the mat. Inhale to prepare. As you exhale, tuck the chin, lift the chest, sweep the hand towards that right hip, and then inhale, lower the head all the way back down. Good, so we lift the chest away, find that ab curl, and then inhale, lower back down. So just starting with that chest lift for now. Weight is in your right hand, and you're sweeping it towards that hip each time you lift the chest away. Now, I want you really focusing on keeping that hand supporting the back of your head here. So rather than allowing the hand to force and crunch the head up, think lift comes from your abdominals rather than that left hand. Each time you lift, can we plug the belly down to the spine and really focus on finding that rib to hip connection. So contracting through the torso. Let's start to add that next layer in 3. And 2. Good. On your next one, start to extend your left leg down to the mat as you lift the chest. Knee pulls in as your chest lowers. You lift the chest, extend the leg, pull the knee in, lower the chest. So making sure we're keeping that imprinted spine each time we lift the chest off. This is sometimes where that back tends to arch. We lose that core connection. If that is the case, option to lift the leg a little bit higher. So that left leg can extend to the sky or even just halfway. It doesn't need to go all the way down towards the mat. Remembering the lower you bring the leg, the more intensity you will feel through the core, but also the more pressure you could add through the lower back. Should be starting to feel the core heat up now, especially that deep layer, those transverse abs. Last layer coming in, 3. Last 2. Beautiful. On your next one. Next time you lower the chest, start to fly your right arm out wide as you bring the knees towards the left, so finding that oblique twist. Pull everything in through center. Lift the chest, extend the leg. Lower the chest, bring the knee in. Right arm flies out wide, knees lower to the left. Draw everything back in. And then we lift, we sweep. That is your combo here. So starting to wake up those obliques. as you find that twist, it's as your chest lowers down. So head is down as we work into that side twist. On that fly, your right arm has a soft bend through it. So working into the shoulders and a little bit of the upper back as you bring that arm out wide. And as you let the knees fall to the left, really focus on gluing the legs together here. So that twist is coming from the obliques and the ribs. Super important there. Making sure it's not coming from the hips, peeling away, or the legs creating momentum. Always moving slowly with control. Each time you lift the chest, can you peel the shoulder blades an inch away from your mat even further? Good. You've got 4 more here in your own time. On that twist as well, making sure those shoulders stay heavy. That right hip may lift off a little bit. That is okay. Last 2. Beautiful. Last one here. Next time you lower the chest, can you hold just that fly with that twist? Pull it in. Good. You fly, you twist. You draw everything in back through center. Breathe, inhale. Exhale, pull it in. Last 4. Can you keep the inner thighs squeezing together? Last 3. Meet me with that chest high in 2. Last one here. Hold that chest lifted. Right arm long. Just that leg extends and then it bends. Good. Inhale, pull it in. Exhale, send it out. You've got 5. Last 4. For 3. Last 2. Last one, hold that knee into tabletop, little pulses. Maybe left arm reaches towards that left hip for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done, lower down. Good job. Take a little shake out, have a stretch of the legs if you need to. Oh, my hip flexors were gripping a lot then. I don't know about you. I went on a very long run yesterday. So they were feeling it. When you're ready, bring your right forearm onto your mat, where it is in your left hand, just pressing into the mat for now. You're going to stack the legs on top of each other and bring your heels back in line with your glutes. We're starting to work into a little bit of a side plank variation. So inhale to prepare. Exhale as you lift the hips away from your mat. Find your modified side plank. Inhale, lower the hips back down. We lift the hips away. And then inhale, we lower. Good, so starting to work into a side plank here. Getting into that right oblique, which we just warmed up in that ab sequence, lying down. And also that right shoulder. So right shoulder should be slightly prepared from integrating that fly. Your left hand is just down to the mat, where it's just lightly pressing into it. Now, as you lift the hips, can we keep the hips stacked on top of one another? So you're really pressing that right forearm away from the mat. And make sure the heels are super close to your glutes. This is going to help. If you're feeling strong here, next time you lift the hips, can you extend your left arm to the sky? You lower the hand down as you lower the hips. You press, you lift. Inhale, lower. Now this one does tend to creep up on you, especially through the shoulders. So I want you to keep actively pushing the forearm away from the mat. Making sure the whole upper body is doing this hard work rather than just that shoulder. Good. Adding on in 4. Sometimes what helps as well with that oblique connection is imagining there's a candle underneath your supporting rib. And you don't want to get burnt from that flame, so you're pressing away. On your next one, can you hold it there? Start to extend your left leg away from you. Pull the knee in as you lower everything down. Good, you lift, you press. Left leg extends in line with the hip. You lower it back down, then you lower the hips, lower the hand. Option to just keep that left hand pressing out to the sky. working through that hip lift and that leg extension. If it does tend to fire up through the shoulders a little bit much, or if you're feeling pressure through the neck, always the option to lose that weight, guys. Or just go back to that previous layer where we were lifting and pressing the hand up. Good. Last layer coming in, 4. Right oblique should be feeling that nice heat. In 3. In 2. Last one here. On your next one, can you hold that lift? Thread that weight underneath your ribs. Bring the weight back to the sky. Lower back down. Good. You lift. You thread that weight underneath. Bring it back up to the sky. Lower down and rest. If you're working through that leg lift as well, that is going to start to add a little bit more weight through your supporting glute. So it does fire it up quite a bit. If it feels too intense, lower that leg back down. Focus on the upper body. You've got 4 more here. On that thread, find a big rotation as well through the spine. So really twisting that spine, finding that movement from the obliques. Last 2. Beautiful. On your next one, you hold it there. Just that thread the needle. Then you unwrap. Good. You thread. Then you unwrap. Beautiful. Start to lower that top leg towards that bottom leg. If you had it lifted, you've got 5. In 4. Pulsing in 3. In 2. Hold that press. Little pulses with your hips. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Whew. Gorgeous work. Shake out the shoulders. My right shoulder was super feeling it then. Right, have a little breather, have a shake out, pause if you need to, and then we are going to go straight into that second side straight away. So lie yourself down when you're ready. Weight is now in your left hand, extended to the sky. Right hand is supporting the back of the head, and your legs are drawing to tabletop. Once you're there, tuck your tailbone under, press your spine into your mat. Inhale. Exhale, tuck the chin, lift the chest, find your abco. Good, lower the head back down. You tuck the chin, lift the chest. Inhale, you lower. Second side straight away. Always feels a little bit harder this side. I mean, I always think it does. But we know the movement patterns now. So we know what to expect. Remembering that weight is always optional here. Now that right arm will probably fatigue as well here, because we've just worked it a lot in that side plank. So holding your head will probably feel harder. Again, that is completely normal. Let's start to add on in 3. And 2. On your next one, start to extend your right leg nice and long this time. Pull the knee in, lower the head down. You lift, you sweep the arm, extend the leg, and then draw everything back in. Remembering that lift is coming from the core rather than that right hand crunching and forcing that head up. Really find length through the spine here. So I tend to see a lot of shortening of the spine during our supine ab work when teaching in person. I want you to try and focus on lifting the head to the sky rather than forward to your knees. Good. Last layer coming in 4. And 3. Can we find more length through that left arm as you reach it forward for 2? Good. On your next one, as your chest lowers, start to fly your left arm out wide, knees lower to the right this time. Pull everything back in. You lift, sweep, extend. Lower down, glue the knees together as you lower them to the right. Good, bring it in through center, and then you lift. That is your full combo, remember. Move in your own time, making sure we're still breathing. Always exhaling on that hardest part. Now this might be different for a lot of people. For this one, you might find it harder on that side twist. Beautiful. You've got 4 more here. As you find that twist, shoulders stay rooted, just the knees and the arm comes away for 3. Can we find more range through that chest lift? For 2. Is that spine still imprinting as you extend that leg? Keep checking in. Last one. Next time your chest lowers, hold it there, just that side twist. And then pull everything in. Good, inhale, twist, fly. Exhale, squeeze it back in. Last 4. Notice if one side has more range than the other. This one definitely has way less range than my first side. Last one here. Pull it back in. Lift the chest. Sweep the arm. Just that right leg extends. And then we pull it back in. Good. Can you get that chest an inch away from that mat? Maybe your right arm now extends. We are pulsing in 5. In 4. Last 3. Last 2. Last one, pull that knee in. Little pulses with the chest for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Take a little hug in the knees, rock from side to side. And then when you're ready, final little push. Swivel yourself round so now your left hip is on your mat, left forearm. Legs are stacked, heels are close to your glutes, weight is underneath your right hand. Once you're ready, inhale. Exhale, press and lift the hips up. Find your modified side plank. Inhale, lower the hips back down. Good, you lift the hips up. Then you lower. I'm just looking at my mat, guys. It's absolutely filthy. I rarely clean it. I should clean it a lot more. Am I just being super gross by not? Does anyone else not clean their mat? Or am I just weird? Right here. Remember that left shoulder, left oblique. Is that focus now? Keeping the hips stacked on top as you lift. Notice, does your right hip want to roll back? Maybe forward. Let's start to add that press to the sky into. Next time you lift the hips, can you press that weight to the sky? Lower it back down, lower the hips. You lift, you press. Good, you lower back down. As you press that weight to the sky, right arm super long. Stack it on top of the shoulder. So finding length through the body. If you want that extra, maybe you start to lift that right leg off that bottom leg. Lower it back down, lower the hips, lower the weight. Remember, that is going to add quite a lot more load throughout the shoulders and the supporting glute. It's always an option. If it doesn't feel good, just go back to the one that felt better for you. Can we press away from that mat with that forearm? Remember, that candle, that flame is back. You do not want to get burned. As you find that lift, it doesn't need to be too high of the leg. Literally in line with the hip. Doesn't need to be a huge kick to the sky. Final leg coming in 3. And 2. On your next one, hold everything lifted. Thread that weight underneath the ribs. Bring it back through center. Lower the leg, lower the hips and the weight. Maybe you keep that right arm long now and you're just working through that hip lift. thread the needle, and maybe that additional leg lift as well. As you find that thread on that rotation, keep the hips still as possible. Just twist from the ribs and let that weight really find a little bit more range on that rotation. You've got 4 more here. Last 3. For 2. On your next one, can you hold it there? Just that thread the needle. Maybe your right leg lowers down. We pulse the hips in 6. In 5. Last 4. 3. 2. Last twist here. Hold it in center. Little pulses of the hips. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Whew. That one is such a sneaky shoulder one. It just creeps up on you, doesn't it? Just have a little shoulder roll, check it out. Pop that weight down, and then when you are ready, we're just going to get into a quick cool down. Cross your legs if that feels comfortable. If not, low kneeling is always an option as well. Just bring your left hand on your right knee. Right hand comes behind you, and bring the gaze behind you, just finding that twist through the spine. Not forcefully pushing too much, just letting that heart rate settle. That breath to deepen. Maybe bring the gaze behind you a little bit further. Good. Bring yourself back through center. Right hand now finds that left knee. Left hand behind you. And just take that gentle twist to the back. Noticing if this side feels slightly different. Maybe you find more range for your last breath here. Beautiful. Bring yourself back through center. Right hand comes beside you on the mat. Left hand reaches over and up. Feel that beautiful stretch through the side of the body. Maybe forearm lowers down to deepen that stretch. Maybe gaze lifts to the sky. Keeping the sit bones heavy to the mat. Lift yourself through center. Left hand finds the mat. Right hand reaches over and up. Again, maybe forearm lowers down. Maybe gaze lifts. Keeping the sit bones connected. Bring yourself back through center. Just take a big inhale as you sweep your arms up to the sky. And hands turn to prayer into heart center as you exhale. And thank yourself for all that hard work. Well done. I hope you enjoyed that quick and effective floor. Let me know how you found it in the comments. And I'll see you again soon for the next one. Bye.